So you guys were I'm hearing a lot of you guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that, and when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So, it's shorter. There you go. Crazycatlady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment purpose. Alright, hi everybody, Martha here. So, yesterday I went and saw Shazam Fury of the Gods, and it was, I don't get why some people on the internet said they didn't like it. I liked it. It was funny, but I don't think I'm going to forget anytime soon, so I don't get why they would say that. But before we get to any more, let me give like the plot, the rating. I do want to show a clip here of a year ago, because some people on Twitter think that Zachary Levi said something bad towards somebody on the internet. So here you go.
This is one of the silliest questions I ever get asked. And I'm not calling you silly, but online particularly, there are so many, and I won't say trolls, but I won't not say trolls, people that are like, oh my God, they'll post pictures of The Rock's workouts and tag me and be like, oh man, you better look out. I'm like, what the fuck? This is a movie, you dumbass. This is make-believe. It's make-believe. Also, I find it very silly that people even equate size to strength in comic book movies. Peter Parker is a damn teenager. He's a teenager, a scrawny teenager, and he fights massive bad guys and nobody questions it. But all of a sudden it's like, oh, have you seen Zachary Levi? He's nowhere near the size of The Rock. I'm like, who fucking cares? It's fake. But if I ever fought The Rock in real life, he'd probably kick my ass. I don't know. He's a massive dude. I don't ever intend to fight The Rock in real life. Unless he screws with my family or something, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Mahalo, bro.
And there's kind of a cussing into it, so a bit of warning. And yeah. So I think that he has every right. Even though Black Guy does not show up in this movie, he has a point. And nobody's ever gotten mad about the fact that Spider-Man cannot fight any of these people. And he is a teenager most of the time. Tom Holland plays a teenager in the movies, okay? So yes, and why is everybody else... So he has a point. So if they do fight each other in a future movie, which could happen since James Gunn said that he might use these guys in the future. So he just has to convince The Rock to come back for the third movie, for another movie. So anyway, this movie was alright. It's about Billy having to deal with the fact that Mary and Freddie want to do some of their things. If Mary wants to go off to college, and Billy has to learn the fact that he is going to be turn 18 soon. So he's gonna probably he thinks he's gonna have to leave the house, leave his adopted parents' home. But his mom said he will keep his foster mom said he'll keep her no matter what. That you can't age out of this home. And they do buy the house. That's very the dad says we bought the house, so. And Frankie meets a girl that's a god in this, and he ends up they liking each other. And he also does things with cars and like that, not always be around for meetings. And so in this movie, they fight the daughters, Atlas, the guy, the Titan who in stories hold up the sky, who holds up the sky, and sometimes in some stories holds up the earth. And the one that went to go get the apple, Hercules, hold up the sky or earth for him. And these are her daughters. One of them is the one that's trapped on the island, Calypso. And I don't remember the other two's names, but I'm pretty sure not one of them's not over Hershey Jackson, because that sound like her name. So they are trying to get the staff that Billy broke in the first movie. And after he did in order to defeat the bad guy from the first one, and that creates where the daughters of Atlas wanted to get the staff and put it back together so they can have their powers and pretty much take over the world, or use the apple to bring it back to their realm. The one that Frankie likes is meant to find out where the Shazam users are, so they take away their powers and get back to themselves. And apparently the lizard's still alive. He can turn to ash. He just got transformed into another realm, and they make him put it back together for him by the middle child, and she's able to convince people. I guess she's a siren. You can do what she wants them to. She whispers in their ear. And the only one that's able to resist very well is Frankie. And so now they're I know the kids, but it's been a couple of years, so I'm not gonna go remember all the kids' names. I'll just do my best. So if I don't offend anybody by the names that come up with them if I say anything. So mostly what they do with the youngest one, who was 12, the youngest girl in the dog, and she mostly just helps Skitsy. She helps with the unicorns and this by using skills of all things. So that's mostly what she does in this, and she's still fast, but she does this when she's, I guess, she's 12 in this. And we find out one of Billy's brothers, gay in this, and the other one, the video game one, he's still doing video game stuff. He explores little doors and labels all of them, and tells you what is in which. Calm down! And so Billy wants to get everyone together, and so Frankie gets kidnapped and took to the realm after he gets his powers taken away from him. When the youngest daughter tricks him and takes away, having him show up, and then the older sisters show up and take away his power. And then they kidnap him and take him back to their realm. which is basically guessing the Minotaur's labyrinth. There's only labyrinth I know from the Greek mythology, and even though, as far as I know, Atlas has nothing to do with that labyrinth, but whatever. And he meets the wizard, and the wizard can't ever get his name right for a couple times. I think this does the mess with him. And um, they end up Billy tries to deal with him by using a pen that it's called Steve, and he like writes a letter to like it bargains with in order to bring back Frankie, and they and he gets talked to the oldest sister, and she pretends to get captured, basically in order to get the apple, and so everybody pretty much uses their powers again. Being Frankie does get back for a little bit after he in the middle sister plants the apple inside our realm, and they make a dome that's pretty much right out of Stephen King series. If you watch that, and it's up to Billy alone to save the world because they're all the other ones lost their powers, and now their parents know the truth because they go and tell them, and they help them get all the people out of the town, out of the city. And I did like the beginning of it where they save all those people on the bridge with the music to that I Need a Hero. That was a great part, great opening. And so it was when they took away when they got the staff. That part was pretty creepy, and the first one was so creepy, so it made sense that they would make some creepy scenes for kids. So, and it ends with Billy fighting the middle sister and the dragon, and he gets killed at defeating her, and so they take him to have a burial of a god, since how well he did it, and so nobody can bring him back. So all of a sudden, Wonder Woman shows up. And she ends up bringing him back by touching it, and since she's a daughter of Zeus, she can do it. And yeah, this part was the only part for Wonder Woman was ruined for me. I knew that she's in there because I didn't watch the video, but I saw her picture on top of it, so they already knew she was going to be in there. So her first scene I didn't like because it looked stupid when they put the lizard's head on top of her, and basically Billy having basically a wet dream. Which I don't blame him. He is a 17-year-old kid who wouldn't think that what teenager would not think that Wonder Woman's hot. So and I think that most of the monsters in here are pretty accurate because I watched, I read stuff all about Greek mythology and stuff like that, so a lot of stuff I know about is pretty accurate. I don't know much about the unicorn part, but I know about the the lion creature, the heartbeat. I always have a hard time saying that name. The Cyclops and the Minotaur. So, Yep. And I could not say Shazam once in the theater. Darn it. Too many people were in the theater. Darn. So I did like it. Hopefully there will be more of these movies. I don't want to. I don't want to say goodbye. I really hope the the two end credit scenes don't amount to anything because they have Zach. They're having that Shazam going to be a part of the Society of America, and still that dumb Caterpillar is talking to the bad guy from the first one. So I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10. I'll see you guys later, and Shazam! Out! Remember, I let some announcers or something, eyes are not subscribed, so bye bye!